What happens if Bitcoin is designated as the world's reserve currency? For years, the concept of Bitcoin as a global reserve asset has been discussed. While some believe that this is Bitcoin's inevitable endgame, it is unclear what effect this will have on the digital asset's value. VanEck, a worldwide investment manager, recently took a stab at this, presenting what it expects Bitcoin's price would be if it were adopted as a global reserve currency. Is Bitcoin on its way to $4 million? VanEck puts forth a framework in a recently published paper that examines where Bitcoin's value would go if it were adopted as the world's reserve currency. This paradigm has also been used to value gold, which is the world's reserve asset at the moment, making it the asset to beat for Bitcoin. This structure, according to VanEck, aids in the concretization of the asset's future location. Using the M0, the framework estimates the implied value of gold at roughly $21,000 to $31,000 per ounce, depending on their gold holdings. When looking at the inferred, global, price of gold when it is utilized as global money, however, the value of the digital asset rises to $105,000 using the M2. This is due to the fact that a substantial number of central banks simply do not possess any gold. When it came to Bitcoin, the framework revealed even more intriguing results. The framework was used to assess what the implied price of the digital asset would be if it were ever approved as a world reserve using essentially the same metrics. The suggested value of the digital asset was $1.3 million, based on the same aggregate M0 utilized for gold. This value is now significantly greater than the most outlandish predictions in the field. However, given that global adoption would suggest increased usage, this may not be too far off. The indicated price for the digital asset was significantly greater on the M2. Using the worldwide M2 this time, the cryptocurrency's worth was calculated to be $4.8 million. The study clearly outlines the upside of both of these assets. While Bitcoin's upside was roughly 33 times, gold's was just around 16 times. Although gold is still the more straightforward initial response by central banks, according to the paper. Individual actors may, however, act more quickly. As with gold, we must remind investors to adjust the extreme scenario price downward based on their expectations about the likelihood of that extreme scenario occurring, or the portion of Bitcoin that will be fulfilling in any new reserve category, the paper said.